am Me, and this is new to thee. You see, Superman Red Sun is Superman if he was a Conrad, allowing us to see a familiar but wholly different Man of Steel, while also tackling an often asked question with Superman as man-like characters in fiction. Are they shaped by their nature or nurture? The story takes place in an Elseworld where a version of Superman lands in the Ukraine and works within the span of 1953 to 2001 to fight a never-ending battle for stolen socialism and international expansion, becoming a dictator in the process. The main appeal of this story, like in a lot of other Elseworld stories following Superman, is seeing a bad Superman in a changed DC universe. It's always interesting to see how well-established characters are changed to suit the story, and how their changes build the world around them, essentially showing that a change in Superman would impact the world, but not really the people within it. Like Flashpoint or really any other alternate world, it shows that even in a different universe, the Amazons will still be militaristic, a Batman will exist, Lex Luthor will be a narcissistic genius, and a superpowered child will come to Earth and change everything in his early 30s. But the differences come into play with them taking the idea of Superman being a useful tool for any government that he falls into, something often used by writers like Frank Miller, and showing what it will really be like if he was just a tool for his government, that disincentivized actions that don't benefit the ultimate goal of government expansion. This is highlighted when Luthor creates a Bizarro Superman, a selfish creation born only to further stroke his ego and challenge the growth of the SSR. But for the most part, he is not a threat in their fight. SSS Superman incites the fight, continues the fight in a populated area, and is too preoccupied with his mere existence to stop the missile, which results in a duplicate freezing him and taking out the missile himself. While the SSR Superman cares more about giving a show of power for his cause, Bizarro merely wanted to meet new people and save them from danger. Both were made to be weapons for their government, but only one acted on behalf of the people, which is why the main difference between Bizarro and Superman is their willingness to make an individual choice to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. It takes Superman to become a dictator, throw away his morals, and almost die at the hands of one man to choose to sacrifice all that he fought for the greater good. And that was just him essentially just letting an equally selfish authoritarian take his place in the further destruction of humanity, creating a cynical cycle of misguided growth being the detriment of society, which is, let's be honest, not as cynical as most Mark Millar stories. I don't have much of an opinion about the art. If it isn't obvious, I prefer a more exaggerated design. So all I can really say is that I like the stylized and minimalistic design of the cover art by Dave Johnson, and it easily conveys what the story will be by referencing old SSR propaganda art and the futurism of Art Deco. The art by Killian Plunkett works well for the story. It's like a blend of the more simplistic but detailed designs of early comics, while also having the slickness of a modern comic. I also like that Bizarro is a straight up Frankenstein's monster instead of a gray Superman. I'm gonna be honest, while I don't hate the story, I don't necessarily like it. The premise of Superman but communist doesn't really draw my attention as someone whose only real experience of the Cold War is Rocky IV, Doctor Strangelove, and old Twilight Zone episode. That said, I do like that the story plays with the character of Superman in a different way than many others. This isn't the traditional Man of Steel faced with something that ruined him, or some twisted mirror. He's technically a different person. Its Kyle of his experience were, for the most part, wholly different than that of Clark's. It shows both the traits inherent to his character and the ones that were a product of his upbringing.